Hello YouTube, and welcome to another general vlog video. Today is going to be a completely different video. Let's get our minds geared different and let's start talking about this building right here. And I think you guys all know what I'm thinking. And we'll come right down to here. And we'll look. So this building is a very good candidate for a shed to house. And we'll go in here. Here's the porch. You see all the junk everywhere. That all needs to go somewhere. So tell you a little bit about this building once we get inside. This is a building that is on my dad's property that was my stepmom's before she passed away, and it was just storage, and it's no longer needed. So I'm thinking, now let me explain to you, I am a single father of two young boys, and as you can see, this isn't that big. But it could do temporarily, and I'll explain that. The property that I looked at, and I will link it down in the description, the bluish gray house that the back was falling in, if I get that house, it's going to take me at least a year to get it livable. And my first thought was I could take a couple weeks and make this into a shed to house. And my thought, you know, there's a big loft up there that my dad cut both of these lofts down. This loft that's up here, it's all over the porch, so it's as big as that porch out there, but can be brought out back over to like right here the way that it used to be, which would be another 4 foot. And then this one here can be brought out at least another 2 foot, or bring this one out 2 foot and this one out 4 foot. And that could be 2 little cute bedrooms up there for the boys. Or the boys could share one side and I could do the other side. Now down here on the floor, there's enough room that we could set a little living room up, like from where I'm standing, which is about that small air conditioner right there, this way. Set up a small, you know, just a couch and a chair somewhere, and a flat screen TV hanging on the wall, like right over there or right over here. And then use this back half, like bring this loft out another 2 foot. I'll probably bring this loft out another 4 foot. And then go about, let's see, 2, 4, 6, about 8 foot. And build a small, go from about right there, that way. And then about where this light is this way, make a small bathroom. It'd have to have a stand-up shower and a commode and a small sink, and that would be it. I actually have 2 pedestal sinks. I could use one of those. And then this side over here could be redone up for a apartment size stove, and maybe even a full-size stove, and a refrigerator, and a dining table that could drop off the wall right here. You know, could just go up when we're not using it and down when we're using it. It wouldn't be much, but I've always wanted to do a tiny house. And I could go along this way and build a small set of steps going up there. Then I could come, if I only brought this one out another 2 foot, I could come from right there at the edge of that and go up and put a set of stairs going up to there. These up here were just added. They don't need to be. It's just something my dad did. So I would have a little bit of headroom to get up there. But this is what I'm thinking. This would be an awesome little shed to house. I could build it right here. You know, there used to be a door right there. And I think codes states that there has to be 2 entrances and exits. You know, 2 doors, basically. But I don't know if that's the code on a tiny house or not. I would have to find that out. But if so, that could be integrated into it, I'm sure. The door, I think, is still in there. Dad just put the wallboard over top of it. There is also a window in this, right across from this window. There's a window there that, once again, had just been boarded over. We'll go outside and see that. There's already a countertop in here. I would have to do some measuring and see. I was kind of thinking, well, I'm not really sure. I don't have a tape measure out here with me. But if that countertop would fit from in this corner, these shelves would be out in this corner from there over to here before the bathroom wall, then I could cut this out and make this the sink. You know, I could do it in the middle, but I would do it like right here, cut it out, put the sink in. That means I would lose these 2 drawers, but that's okay. Then I could just attach them to the front, you know, paint them up nice white, new knobs, you know, something more modern. Yeah, there's a freezer in here that would have to go. Can't use it. But then I think I could do that, then put a full-size stove on the wall that would be here for the bathroom, and a full-size refrigerator, a smaller full-size refrigerator, like the cheap one that they sell at Lowe's. That's not huge cubic foot or anything, but big. You know, it's still a full size, but it's a smaller full size. And I wouldn't see why we would need anything else. The only thing that would be nice would be if the couch folded out into a bed where I could sleep, versus that way the boys would each have their own special little loft. That appeals to me more. But then I also got the option, if I wanted to enclose this porch. But if the tiny house is going to be sitting on the property when I'm done and I moved into the house, I would kind of like to utilize this porch. It's got a little awning cover over the top here that my dad put on years ago. And there's that other window. The trim is actually up in the loft for it. And like you can see, it's just boarded over. And I do believe he put T111 on the outside. But I'm almost positive that door is still in there. And of course, those are the doors up there that went to the loft. He did away with those, which we wouldn't want doors on that anyways. So that's basically what I'm thinking now. So I'm going to get out of here. It's like 55 degrees. Still a bit of snow, but it's all melting really quick. Day after Christmas, and it is beautiful out here. Yeah, a nice little porch. 2 good-sized lofts that could be even bigger if they need to be. It's in great shape. Now we're going to start talking cost. Probably going to wait until we get home to start talking cost. Yeah, let me head on home and we'll start talking about cost. Okay, and we're back. Now we're home. We're going to talk about some prices. Okay, let me see. I don't have the thing turned around where you guys can actually see me. Or I can see that you guys can see me. So, anyways, let's talk about some prices. Now, I don't know the exact dimensions of that. I do believe the inside, not including the porch, but I think the total size is a 12 by 20. It might be a little longer than that. I'm not really sure. But I think the inside dimensions are somewhere around a 12 by 15, something like that. Which I'm living in only a 10 wide, which is actually only 9.6 wide. So I'm going to say it's going to have as much room, if not more, than my living room. Well, I know it's going to be more. It's going to be about the total of my living room and my kitchen. Now, mind you, everything's going to be scaled down, but now let's talk about cost. The total cost of that building, including delivery, now it only come from about 4 blocks away. But it was, come from a regular dealer, and the dealer is the one that had it moved and everything, so it was all done professionally, was $5,000 total. There may have been tax on top of it, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't. Okay, so here's my problem. Everybody talks about these shed-to-houses and how, well, we can build one for anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000. What kind of shed-to-house are you building? I could build that exact same shed, down to 100% everything, and probably build it for right around $2,000. So you buy it already built like that one is, about $5,000. And that included doors, windows, porch, lofts that are larger. It actually was better for a shed-to-house when it was bought than it is now, because it had larger lofts, front and back. It had another window. It had another door. So anyways, by just looking it up, for a 24,000 BTU mini split, which is what everybody's putting in them, it's heat and air, you're looking at roughly $1,100. Now, yeah, you can go up a whole lot more than that, but if you don't need it, why buy it? Well insulated, it shouldn't take no more. That should keep it very comfortable in there. Now, everything I'm talking on here is new. $500 for a new refrigerator. That's the smallest full-size refrigerator that Lowe's sells. It's white in color. I'm okay with that. Stove. Now, I will be looking at a gas stove because I can change the orifice around and put it to propane. Because we're only going to think about living in this during the summer months while we work on the house. Well, while I work on the house. So, anyways, the stove is $380. Once again, it's white. I think it'll look very good in that little place. That's not the biggest stove that they make. It is a 4-burner with an oven. Got to remember, we're working mini, but I don't want a little stove. I want at least apartment size. I don't want anything smaller than that, because I do cook and I do have food to keep in a refrigerator, and there will be 2 boys involved. So, that's the size that we can handle. Now, you've seen there was already cabinets in there. Of course, now if I use those and cut it out, make a sink, that's cabinet, countertop, everything, I'm still going to have uppers. But I'm thinking 8 foot of lower and 8 foot of upper is going to be more than awesome for a shed-to-house. And with that and plumbing, because you're going to have to plumb in everything, but that's all cheap. Plumbing is cheap. Put the water lines in at the same time for your bathroom sink, your bathroom toilet, your bathroom shower, your kitchen sink. Put all the plumbing in. Anyways, cost for cabinets that's lower and upper and plumbing will be roughly about $1,000. I just got off of Lowe's website. Actually, I think quite a bit lower than that. And if I wanted to use those bottoms, I could cut that down quite a bit more, but I kind of want the bottom and the top to match. So anyways, I'm okay with $1,000 for cabinets and plumbing. A new shower, a 1-piece stand-up shower. Once again, we're not going huge. There's not going to be 9 of us in there taking a shower. 1 person at a time. so we can go with like an apartment size, smaller. Shower and toilet both, and that's the new modern chair height toilet to go. They're like $99 at Lowe's. For shower and toilet, both be about $500. All the walls, interior walls that he put up in there, they're not insulated, but they were all put up with screws. Be real easy to take them right down, throw insulation in there, and put the wallboards back up. But then you're going to want to maybe texture the walls. Actually, since it could possibly be moved again, I probably wouldn't texture. I would probably do what Different, DIYFFERENT, what they're doing, where they're using the paper and ripping it up, putting it on the walls. I think I would do something more like that, because I'd be afraid if you're moving it again, texturing may crack. But it may do texturing. I don't know. It all depends on if it gets put in a permanent spot or not. But anyways, insulation is going to be about $100. You're going to have about $200 in paint and the texturing or whatever you decide to do. Once again, you got to remember this is extremely small. And probably about $100 to add more wiring. You're going to have, you know, wiring for a hot water heater. You're going to have, you know, of course, it'll be an on-demand hot water heater. And I didn't figure that in. But, you know, there's going to be some wood that you're going to have to buy, and like a small on-demand hot water heater. So even if you added another $1,000 to this list for accidents, oopses, or whatever you want to call it, and all of that, all total, your total will be $8,780. Now on top of that, we do have to have it moved. But if I choose to go this route, it's going to be moved less than a mile. I don't have a way to do it myself, so I will have to hire a company to do that. But even if that's, you know, $500, which would be stupidly high, you're still, you know, way less than $10,000 to build this. Now, not counting your time or anything. Once again, I didn't include in flooring, covering, or anything like that. But sticky tiles are cheap. Laminate flooring. I did that whole kitchen right there, which is roughly 10 by, coming clear out to here, probably 10 by 15. I think I did all that for $60-some. So maybe another $100. You're still going to come in under budget of $10,000. Sorry, I'm watching out the window. FedEx is out here. I don't think they would be here for me, but maybe. But anyways, so even moved and 100% done and moved in ready, you're going to be under $10,000. Where do these people come up with 30, 40, 80, 90? I've never even seen anybody say that they could do them for 30 or 40,000. Everybody's like 60 to $110,000. For a mini little shed to house, no. Don't do it. I'm not saying that you're not telling the truth on the prices, but if that's the price that you're looking to spend, do not do it. Or you're having somebody do it or something. Try it yourself. But, so, here's my thought. So, in order to afford to buy the bluish gray house, which I'm going to link down to the bottom, and when you guys see it, you're going to say, oh my God, that's rough. The back part of it, not the original house. The original house is still in good shape. The back part is not. Don't need that back part right now. But in order to buy that debt-free, I would have to sell my place here, which I'm willing to do. But then I can hold up. I can go over there in one weekend and fix one room up good enough for me to live in. I can worry only about eating out of a microwave. You know, I can use a little apartment-sized refrigerator, which I have back here in the workshop. I could do that. But my children are involved, and I do not want them to have to do that. So what I'm thinking is it worth me to spend another $10,000, and actually, I won't have that $5,000 initial cost. So I'll be looking at $5,000 or less, and I would be more apt to start looking for a used stand-up shower. Of course, a new toilet's $99, so we can afford that. I think I could get it down to where I could get this there and made into a nice tiny home for $3,000 or $4,000. So is it worth that to have a little tiny home for us to live in the summer only, or maybe even into the winter a little bit, as long as it's comfortable? While we get the property where we want it, and we get the house where we want it. And the reason I say that is, yes, I could probably go over there in a couple months and do this house. So let's just say I bought it in April. 1st of April, April Fool's Day. I still got April, May, June, July, August, September, and October. That's 7 months. But I'm not going to want to do only the house at the beginning. There's some rubbish piles that need to be cleaned up. There's some trees that need to be trimmed. There's lawn care to take care of. Maybe I might want to stop in the, let's say in June, and build a small little loft and shed and get some goats. I want to have that option. So by doing this tiny house, and the house being there on the property, I would have that option. Now I will run this over with my kids tonight and just see, not saying this is what's going to happen, but is it a possibility? I think my kids would absolutely love to have those lofts up there as their own bedrooms. I think they would absolutely, as long as we got a bathroom, a kitchen, and a living room, and they have their own little spaces, I think they're going to be happy. I know I would be. And knowing what the big picture is. So just we'll round it out to about $5,000. If I tried to rent a place local here, which is very hard to do, if I tried to rent a place local, and you figure you're paying $800 a month, that is going to go very quick, and I'll have nothing to show for it. To where at least this, I would have a tiny house to show for it at the end. And it also gives my children the option. Let's say Ricky, when he turns 18, 19 years old and he's out of school, let's just say he ended up going to work for Honda. And he's local, or he's working anywhere around here local. Walmart, Taco Bell, Honda, anywhere local. That could be his first home. That could give him a place to stay for free while he built a nest egg to get out on his own. Same way with Colton. Same way with Lori. Same way with Katie, my 2 daughters, even though they're adults. This would always give me, and let's just say something about, okay, well, my boys are 9 and 12 years old. We're talking 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, at least 7 years before they're going to be at that point where they're graduating and get a job. Who's to say that some of the collaborations that I've got prepared to do with on YouTube, that I could kind of use it as a little YouTube guest house, to where some of the YouTube creators that I'm going to be collaborating with, that give them a place to stay if they wanted to come up and collaborate with me. Who's to say that it may not be a great little place for, I'm not going to name any names, but a couple of the YouTubers that I watch that come to Ohio just to stop and visit overnight. So I can see a lot of possibilities with it, and I would enjoy building this into a tiny house. And I could do it this winter. We're only the day after Christmas. I've still got a good 3 months of winter. I could have that place all dolled up and beautiful in 3 months. Now, it would be better if it was already moved and then I did it. And that may be an option. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing this out to you. I think I really want to do a shed to house. So I'm going to get off here. I'm rambling on. If I bought everything new, including the building, I could still do it for under 10 grand or right at 10 grand. So when people are asking prices, if you want to build a shed to house, if you look around and you price compare, and that was only looking at Lowe's, I did not price compare anywhere else. You can do this for 10 grand or under. Then you buy a little bit of piece of property, maybe another 10 grand. But if you do it over time, you can afford to do this debt free. So that just gives you a shed to house on your own property that you already own, you can do for under 10 grand. If you have to buy property, it all depends on where you live, what your property prices are, whether it's got a well, whether it's got sewage, you know, all of that could add up. So maybe when these people are giving you a price on doing shed to house, maybe it's with no land, they're buying land, they're having a well dug, they're having septic put in, you know, maybe they're not having any of this available to them right now. So, but anyways, that's my case. So for about $5,000, I can build a beautiful little tiny shed to home. I would enjoy doing it. I would love to bring YouTube along with me while I'm doing it. And I think it will serve purpose for the rest of my life. So I'm going to stop rambling on. Once again, this is a general vlog video. Please give us a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let us know what you think. If you've built a shed to house, let me know a true cost down in the bottom, what it cost you. Maybe different areas are different. I'm sure they are. Shouldn't be $50,000 worth of difference or $70,000 or $80,000 worth of difference, but who knows? Anyways, please subscribe because you never know what we're going to get into. And once you subscribe, smash that bell notification, go all the way up to the top and click all so you'll be notified every time we post a video. And who knows, I might bring you on a little trip with me on building a shed to house. And go ahead and share us on your social media platforms. You know, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. It's free to do that. And it really helps YouTube creators out, whether it's me or anybody else that you watch. And speaking of free, go ahead and watch those ads. Not just on my video, on anybody that you watch. That helps our channel grow. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and an awesome night. And I tell you what, even though I might have some awesome ideas on a little shed to house that I would love to share with you guys and bring you guys along with me while I do it, I'm still my own cameraman. And since the camera's flipped around, I have to actually stand up, go behind you, poke you in the ear from behind to turn this video off. I hope you guys have a great day and an awesome, awesome weekend. We'll see you on the next video.